I'm Katrina, and this is So in Tare. We're expecting rain. We're expecting a lot of rain. We're expecting there is a flood watch for this Wednesday and Thursday. Now I'm filming this on Monday before the live chat, and you guys will see it on Tuesday. So I want to take you through what I do to get ready for the rain. We've already had a bunch of rain this winter, but this storm seems to look like it's going to be more severe or more all at once. So I want to share with you what I do when I see this is in the forecast. Really, it's expected to rain over the next 2 weeks. So take you around, show you what I do. So number one is to check connections. I'll show you what that means later. And number two is to fill up the feeders for the animals and make sure they're full, because I don't want to be slugging around feed bags in the rain. So here we go. Oh, we have a baby out. Okay, we might be switching topics here. Hopefully it did not get out last night because I didn't come this morning. Hi, Mama. You have a baby out? Hi, Mama lady. Where's your baby? It hopped away, so that's a good sign. It's alive. So one thing I want to check is I just want to check and see how full the feeder is. And it's up to about there. And that's fine. I could fill it if I needed to, if I felt I needed to, but it's going to last a while. It's up to about here. So I feel good about that. Alright, let's go into the main aviary. I'm going to add some more. So for these guys, I really want to actually figure out how old they are. I think they don't need any more baby food. And so I am going to check that on the calendar before I put feed in there, but I am going to put more feed in here. Right now it's up to about here, which is enough for a few days, but I'd like to have them out for later. If they're old enough for regular food, which is 8 weeks, or they've had their eighth week, I will pour in a little bit, mix it with my hand, and then pour in the rest. And so right now, I just said baby food. You guys don't know what that is. I have the high protein food in there. That is the turkey starter, 27% turkey starter. And then I will be mixing it with and adding to the 16% layer crumble. Exactly the same stuff I feed the chickens. So I do want to do something here and here though while I'm in here, and that is to fork up the outer area. I didn't do that with the other guys, I just did that yesterday. So the manure tends to concentrate on the outside edge, so I'm just gonna flip up the outside real quick. The inside, it's okay, it has a little poo, but it's okay. Again, they love it when I do this, and they just go through it pretty well. Yes, I know I still have this out here. But it hasn't been used for anything. But they love to go through this after I've turned it. Excuse me. Beep beep. Beep beep. I'll fluff up the middle here too for them. Excuse me. Beep, beep. Another thing to think about with all this rain coming is that a lot of ducks and geese are going to be landing in a lot of bodies of water around here. We have the San Francisco Bay, we have the ponds, we have some of these things in the area, and avian influenza is still a threat right now. So I know it's in the neighboring county, and I know there's a really big problem with it a couple counties away. So now is the time to take extra precaution when allowing other people to come into your space, when allowing, making sure that if you're wearing your shoes somewhere else, you clean them before you come inside here, or you change them out completely. And so that's something to think about with these storms. More waterfowl will be landing and spending more time and having more manure build up, and that can be spread more by people as well. So something to pay attention to. I looked it up and these guys are only a few days away from being at the age that they should be switched, so I'm just gonna switch it now. We have probably a day and a half left in there of the baby food, so not too far off. All right, so for those of you having trouble with feed bags, this is how you open them. Now, a lot of people have trouble with them. So this is the front of the bag. This one actually has an arrow, but if not, it's always the front of the bag on the right-hand side. And all you do is pull on the string and it opens the bag. Remember to take this with you so they don't think it's a worm and get intestinal issues. And your bag is open. All right, so I'm gonna pour just a little in here and mix it up. Excuse me, lady. Excuse me. Beep, beep. Thank you. You can choose to do it this way or with a scoop. Either one works. Just don't set it back down on the bird. I know you guys hear food, even though I had food in it. So I'm just mixing this upper layer here. Some people mix it for like a longer period of time. I find this works just fine. I just want them to get used to the new food. Now this feeder, I could fit another half a bag in here. Sometimes the crumbles don't get this. Watch this, this will be funny. All right. They usually don't take things out of my hand, but let's see. Got that? Yeah. They have so much fun when they find a full pellet, and that's like a double-sized pellet. Where are you going with it? Gotta break that one up, huh? Gonna be working on that for a while. There you go. That was a big bite. That was a big bite. Good job. Didn't expect her to take it from my hand, but she did. She wanted it. It was worth it. So we're also going to be under a wind warning. So that's another reason to fill these, or to fill them a little bit full. The aviary has plenty of wind protection. Here, the birds have wind protection because of the shade cloth along the bottom. They can also get into the sandbox that has complete, it's fully enclosed with 2 little doors. And I have in the past, when this feeder was not very full, I have had it blow over. So pay attention to that. I mean, mine it's pretty tall and skinny. See, it's pretty tall and skinny, but I wanted it to be tall and skinny to take up less room because of my specific space limitations. If you don't have space limitations, you can use something else, but it works pretty well with the insert that I have in here, a little triangle. I'll put a link right here to the video on how to build this. Like, the first part is mostly kind of background, how I got to it, and the second part is actual building, and it's been working really well. It's a no waste feeder. Like, they don't waste anything. It's pretty cool. So it fits just about 2 bags of food, 2 50-pound bags of food. I don't generally have 2 bags in there. Usually I have 1 bag in there, and then when it gets lower I put the other bag in there, and every once in a while it'll get down low. Now when the babies are in here, now these guys are going to be called adults now. When they're still in here, I do put less in here because I'm not quite sure how much they're going to eat. It's new group, different number of birds, and I do check it more often with the baby food. But since these guys are pretty much 8 weeks old, I switch it. I know people go through 8 weeks. I'm going to 8 weeks this time. So that's with that. Happy birdies, picking through everything. They got some marjoram yesterday. I'll probably throw in some grass for all of these, all of my aviaries, because I have it, and that will give them a little bit of greens to snack on and do while it's loud. So let's talk a little bit about the roof. We'll go outside. So this roof here is, I don't know, 1.5 feet out from this main part. Now I do still have some compost that the shade cloth is kind of cupping there, which I do need to get out, but this is far enough out that most of the rain that falls from here goes down. I've also put these boards, so you guys see these boards. I didn't have those there last year. I don't know why I didn't do that last year, but that instead of making a saggy part here, the rain goes off. Now we've had some heavy rains this year already, and it works, so I'm not worried about that, and we're good to go. All right, let me show you where we keep the feed. All right, but the lighting is kind of hard to see. This is a container I keep the chicken feed in that already is open, because I tend to use this because I have not built my other chicken feeder, which is something I want to do. So this is where I keep this. This is where the chickens are going to get their food from. Now I am just going to take this whole thing out and give them that, and another one. Looks like there's already one in there. Oh, that's right. This top bag was stuff we took out of the quail ones when we put the baby food in there. So we have that one, and then I'll also be pulling from this one to give them, you know, I don't think I can fill up all the way because I am going to make one. I keep telling myself this, but I'll fill it up so that I don't have to fill it up over this next week at least. This one over here is where I keep the baby food. This section here is where I keep the other bags that are not in use and all of that. So we have, it's mainly going to be the layer crumble, 16%, and so that's in here, here, and here. Actually, that one's empty. Yeah, we have some here and one bag in here because I just took one out. And then the rabbit feed I keep in the screen and porch. So that's for the feeds kept. I'll put a link to a video here about these and how useful they are. And let's go feed the chickens. My goodness, girls, you decimated that grass I gave you this morning. I know. I know, ladies. Hi. All right. Oh. Risotto and Penne are lounging over there. Risotto, why do you keep moving your dirt? You guys are so patient. Alright, for anyone wondering about the wire and these girls, well, she has her front paws on it, that's about it. And Penne has her back part on it and not her front. So they are making it their own. Excuse me, girls, I gotta come in. Alright, so my current system, I'll put a link up in the corner here too, my current system. It worked for a long time until they discovered they can kick the food out, so I just know how much I put in, and if they kick it all out, I know they have food, because they'll find it. So put a cap on it. Hi, ladies. It doesn't matter if they have a full feeder or empty feeder, they're excited every time. Alright, I'm gonna leave you guys here. I'll get another bag. Alright, I did end up filling it most of the way up. One of them's all the way full, the other one is almost all the way full. Chickens are set for quite a few weeks. One other thing I do is I empty this bucket. So I have been unable to find where that leak is. It's like in between the gutter and the house. I don't know. I've tried fixing it, I've tried lining it several times, I've just settled with putting a bucket on top of this, and I haven't emptied it. So I will empty that into the green stock, and the green stock will get watered and then put it back. There we go. All right, next up I'd like to check a couple of the gutter attachments. This is one, and it looks pretty good. And I knew I had these, I just didn't know where they were. If I have time tonight, I'm gonna go underneath there and make sure everything's put away from when the plumbers were here, and then secure that. Then I'll do a little trail out here. Because I know I have a little low spot in the gutter there. Now, this gutter attachment also sometimes kind of gets loose, but I fixed that last year by stringing it up with wire. It seems to have worked. This last downpour that you guys saw in Monday's video, it was splashing out of this, and it was just coming down so much that it didn't have time to get where it was going. So I'll show you where this goes. I haven't showed you guys in a while, so I think that'll be good. Both this downspout and the other downspout on the back, I dug a trench for. So this comes down here from the corner of the house. It comes down here and then into this black corrugated pipe, which is buried into the wood chips. It's not even in the ground, it's just buried. It goes this way. And it pops up over there on the other side of the saffron. That long grassy stuff is saffron. And then into here. This other tube comes from here and actually goes all the way around that way over to the corner. It's kind of funny because like I know where all this stuff is because I put it there, but no one would know, right? Okay, so you guys all know I love wood chips. They are incredible. But on this wood chip pathway, there's a bunch of wood chips. You know, at one point it was that thick. It's probably more like that thick now, but it is doing some good composting. It's doing some good things. However, right where I'm standing, here's that tube that I showed you guys. There's another one that comes in right here. There is, I'm gonna say 4.5 feet wide by maybe 1.5 feet by 2 feet, probably more closer to 2 feet. There's a trench that is like, I don't know, 4.5 feet deep, and I dug that to mitigate the mud in the yard. When I moved here, there was a lot of rain in the winter and there was mud everywhere. And the wood chips and this have both helped the situation. There's another one of these trenches in the front yard, so I have all the downspouts except for one recharging the groundwater, which is really, really cool. So what I did is I dug that trench and put landscape fabric in it, which is a mesh type so the water goes through, but the soil does not. And then when I moved in, my whole front yard was 4 inches of lava rock, that red lava rock, on top of plastic. So got rid of that. It looks different now. And so I actually put that lava rock in. It works to have surface area and fill up the space, but then the water can come in and go down. And the other storm this last week, that was the only time I've ever seen it back up to the pipe. And it didn't like back up. It was just literally coming into the pipe too fast to go down into the system. Now, if you're going to dig one of these yourself, you need to make sure that it percolates well. So basically what I did is I dug the trench to a depth that I thought, okay, this might be deep enough. And then I dumped a 5-gallon bucket of water in, and it sat there. I'm like, okay, well, this is great. And I waited for it to, go away, mostly. And I continued to dig. And I continued to dig, continued to dig, all by hand with a shovel. And eventually, I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I think I'm here now. I think I'm there. I can go there and see. So I dumped in the bucket of water, and it just went right through. So the quickness that it disappeared into the earth was incredible. It was a whole lot faster than I had initially had. I have clay soils here, so the percolation is not very strong, so you have to get to that layer, you have to break through that layer to get to that. Now what I do after that, I dug a little more, because in any of these systems you're going to have siltation in the system. So I'll probably do a video all about that. I took pictures, this is before I had my YouTube channel, so I try and dig up some pictures and show you guys what it looks like and then go from there. So yeah, there we go. That is my plan for what I'm doing pre-storm. Not a whole lot because it has already been raining, but we have some stuff. So yeah. So this trench also drains. I'll show you guys. All right, I know I have a weird angle going on here, but it's how I could fit everything in. So here's the black pipe that goes in from this rain gutter, and then here's the pond. Right here, underneath this rock right here, there is a drain and a very small section of pipe that directs it underneath this round of wood that I'm standing on into the same area. And overflow from the pond goes in there as well. So there can be quite a bit of rain happening and this can fill up quickly, and then once it's full, where does the water go? You want a place for it to go instead of just out into the yard. And so that's what I did, and I'm recharging the groundwater, which is a really good thing. One last thing I'm going to do is there's a bunch of leaves in this little shade sail that's over the pond. I'm going to attempt to get those out without my phone in my pocket. Put that aside. That's important. No keys, no phone. And I'm going to attempt to get a lot of that out, and in hopes that that'll be a better thing. So we don't want soil to be, we like creating soil, but it does not need to be created in the gutters or in the shade cloth. This might be funny, so I figured I'd record it. Who knows, something might happen. I really should give this to the chickens. I haven't done that yet. This has been in here a while. There we go. I'm sure my hair is going to be lovely. There's already soil building up here. Passive soil building. Mmm, yum. Well, what do they say about sexy garden hands, huh? I think the shade cloth is a little stretched out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are ready for your storm, your rain, your wind. We're also going to be on a wind advisory, high wind advisory through, I think, tomorrow. And yeah, get out there and protect your animals, your property, and all of that. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a good stormy time and you're safe and you're happy and your animals are safe and happy too. And let's all hope the seeds don't rot, because I haven't seen any peas or broccoli yet. All right, thank you for watching. Please like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Helps out a lot. And have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.